Undoubtedly, the most eagerly awaited film of the year is Avatar: The Way of Water. The first Avatar film, which debuted in theaters 13 years ago and revolutionized sci-fi and CGI in motion pictures, has since become a cultural phenomenon. But how does the CGI on the new movie compare to the original Avatar? Let's take a look. So what's the story for the new Avatar? James Cameron first conceived of the idea for Avatar in his 1994 screenplay for the film, but he shelved the project when he realized that technology at the time couldn't do the story justice. However, after its 2009 release, Avatar became the highest-grossing film of all time and won 3 Academy Awards for Best Art Direction, Best Cinematography, and Best Visual Effects. It also enjoyed a colossal amount of success. The Way of Water, which takes place some years after the events of the first film, will follow Jake Sully and his partner, Neytiri, as they fight to defend their new family from the Resources Development Administration, which is still trying to take control of the planet of Pandora. In addition to Stephen Lang as the evil Colonel Quaritch and Sigourney Weaver as Grace Augustine, the returning cast also includes Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, and other actors. Avatar: The Way of Water's most recent video promises some of the sequel's upcoming features, such as significant advancements in CGI and a setting that is more sea-centric. Reports about the elaborate water tank filming that many of the cast members were doing for their roles surfaced even before the trailer was released. Newcomer Kate Winslet even set a new record for the longest underwater breath hold among actors. Now, let's talk about the CGI. A spectacle unlike anything in technology, when the 2009 film Avatar debuted, that appeared to be the general consensus among viewers and critics. With the help of computer-generated graphics, CGI, stereoscopic filmmaking methods, and cutting-edge motion capture technology, Avatar unquestionably raised the bar for photorealism in sci-fi epics, despite the criticisms leveled at the blockbuster's cliched plot. That happened 13 years ago. How has CGI developed since then? Depending on who you speak with, Avatar: The Way of Water, which will be released in December of 2022 and will be followed by 3 further films in the series, provides one solution, or at least a 109-second peek of one, in the trailer that was just recently revealed. The CGI in the trailer drew comments ranging from stunning to looks like a crappy cartoon. Fans immediately compared the appearance of both films and the advancements in technology after the trailer debuted on May 9th of this year and received over 22 million views. Avatar and the new film were said by many disgruntled viewers to look identical, but astute experts and fans noticed the key differences. On the more objective end of things, the $250 million sequel does seem to be stepping up the ante on CGI thanks to its use of new motion capture technology, in which actors don suits equipped with markers so that computers can record their movements and then overlay digital animation on top of them. The surface water effect steals the show. It's true that the production team for Avatar: The Way of Water was able to capture the spirit and feel of the original film, but they also made significant improvements to every CGI and motion capture technique used in the picture. Most notably, the lighting is significantly different in the 2 films. The subsurface scattering that is visible in the trailer is complicated, and this gives the shot more depth and realism. Subsurface scattering, a crucial component of CGI lighting, happens when light passes through the surface of a translucent object, like an eyeball, water, or glass, and is reflected back out. The Avatar 2 trailer also features some absolutely stunning water simulations that are so lifelike that many viewers mistakenly assumed they were shot practically. Given that CGI was still quite new in 2009, Avatar included a lot of innovations, which was not surprising. In addition to developing new methods for recording facial emotions, it also invented new ways for lighting vast areas like Pandora's rainforest. In order to enable computers to translate actors' facial expressions and eye movements, actors wore skull caps equipped with a tiny camera that was placed in front of their faces and dot-marked. Despite these revolutionary advances, it's evident that Avatar seems flatter than Avatar 2, with a shallower depth of focus and often darker scenes that obscure many of the background elements. The Way of Water not only takes place on a larger scale, but also features rich, detailed shots and expansive landscapes that appear much more real than in the first film. What did the Corridor crew have to say? The experts at Corridor Crew examined the trailer for Avatar: The Way of Water and a new video from their VFX Artists React series, and they explained why the CGI is so innovative. The hosts go into greater detail about one particular image in the trailer that showcases some cutting-edge water simulation technology recently patented by the film's principal visual effects studio, WTFX, in addition to showing the amazing developments made to CGI skin. Ian Hubert from Corridor Crew said that the surface tension on the bottom left and the way it enters the woven part is the part that drives him absolutely crazy. He can't recall ever witnessing surface tension on a scale so complicated and dynamic. The water remains there in the tiny pieces of woven cloth as it evaporates. Sam Gorski added that he has no idea how many patents they've been filing in terms of visual and rendering techniques. But for extremely unusual circumstances, he's seen little blurbs that say, "Oh, cool, Weta's acquired like 4 or 5 new water simulation patents." Mr. Ren Weishman believes we are witnessing a 2-stage water simulation. They're carrying out the first particle simulation for the water, which is typical for water simulations. But when it actually interacts with something, he believes what the new patent is claiming is that it actually generates new particles at those actual surfaces, and that's what kind of creates the illusion of that water tension that Ian referred to. For the creation of their films, Weta is renowned for literally developing all of the equipment. The CGI GOATs, WTFX. WTFX, previously known as Weta Digital, is well known for their work on the first Avatar movie as well as the Lord of the Rings trilogy and a variety of other movies. The comments from Corridor Crew demonstrate how the studio is once again pushing the boundaries of CGI in Avatar, The Way of Water. While there are still many unknowns regarding Cameron's planned sequel, it's obvious that the new movie will use methods and tools that viewers have never seen before when it comes to the representation of CGI water. WTFX obviously made a commitment to creating water simulations that, at least from the photos in the trailer, look photoreal because a large portion of the new movie takes place in an ocean setting. Cameron is closely collaborating with WTFX. It's not surprising that the company has continued to advance filmmaking technology after winning an Oscar for its collaboration with Cameron on the first Avatar film. As is customary for WT, the business developed its own simulations to enable the development of the water world in Avatar: The Way of Water. So how did they make such an extraordinary use of CGI? In order to accurately replicate the Na'vi swimming, the filmmakers invented underwater motion capture. Furthermore, WT has applied for a number of new water simulation patents, proving that it is a leader in the field of cinematic CGI. The battle scenes in the first Avatar movie were created in collaboration with Weta and Industrial Light and Magic, another renowned visual effects studio. The film's specialized vehicles were created by ILM, who also came up with a novel method for creating CGI explosions, much like WT did with motion capture. For the upcoming Avatar films, ILM is hoping to work with WT and Cameron once more. The motion capture technology used in the Avatar sequel was made specifically to capture actors' underwater movements accurately. The interaction between air and water creates a moving mirror that reflects all of the dots and markers that actors wear as part of motion capture suits, according to director James Cameron, who claimed that it took more than a year for the new system to solve the optical issues that cameras encounter when attempting to film underwater. However, visual effects artists could have created the underwater scenes using computer-generated imagery, saving them the trouble of having to film underwater and the expense of training actors to hold their breath for long periods of time. Blending the real and fake together, the challenge in CGI. When CGI is credible, it's typically because the scenes contain some elements from real world to keep the fake imagery grounded, such as real people or real environments. Scenes from the 2018 film Aquaman, for instance, can be compared to the new Avatar trailer. The underwater scenes in Aquaman were filmed using a method known as dry for wet, which involves suspending actors from wires and filming them in front of a blue screen in a studio in contrast to Avatar. The more accurate physics and lighting effects that come from filming in real water are lost in this technique. Overground, the same principle is applicable. Dune, which was released in 2021, shot a large portion of its outdoor sequences in the Jordanian and United Arab Emirates desert's natural sunlight, giving the images a realistic lighting quality. The filmmakers portrayed the ornithopters using real helicopters to capture how the aircraft actually kick up sand in order to further increase realism. It's evident that CGI was utilized to create the ornithopters, enormous sandworms, and other implausible scenes. The sand screen was actually a green screen that had been altered to more closely resemble the colors of the desert. The filmmakers added these special effects after filming in real environments against it. The graphics of entirely computer-generated settings, on the other hand, frequently appear unrealistic. The lighting on a character's face may remain the same even when they have just entered a dark hallway or had explosives bursting all around them. Physics also aids in keeping CGI realistic. Motion capture technology, which was utilized in movies like Avatar, War of the Planet of the Apes, and Avengers: Infinity War, allows computer images to be superimposed over real people's face and body motions. However, the effects can be comical when characters are entirely created using computer graphics, as was the case in one scene from the Black Panther movie's final fight. This is due to the fact that it is essentially a high-end cartoon. After all, scenes that are entirely computer-generated don't even use cameras. When the audience's point of view shifts in ways that a normal camera rig would find unfeasible, it can provide for an unsettling viewing experience. The second Avatar seems to be as revolutionary with its groundbreaking aesthetics, much like how the first Avatar signified a major advancement in CGI technology. The sequel to 2009's Avatar has the chance to bring lifelike effects that might last for decades, even though not all of the CGI in the first film looks as good by today's standards as it did in 2009. Avatar: The Way of the Water will hit theaters on December 16th. Thus, Further previews showcasing the movie's special effects are expected to be released in the months to come. And that's a wrap for today's video. What did you think of the CGI in the new trailer? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to hit like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Until then, we'll see you next time.